So today I am joined by Daniel Leox, and I'll give a quick introduction before we get the podcast rolling. Daniel is the founder and creator of ZenCleanz, the cleansers that I've been raving about and doing over the last year or so. And I've done the gut one, but the one that for me that has been the most life-changing was the liver cleanse. Most of you who've been following my journey would have known that I've been doing all these kinds of things and I've tried so many things to fix my allergies, but pretty much day in, day out, no matter what I did or which state I moved to, I was waking up with just allergies nonstop. So I would wake up in the morning and I'd be sniffling, and it would take me about an hour just to be normal. And like I thought I would have to deal with this for the rest of my life. I tried fasting, tried colonics, supplements, but nothing worked. And it was just finally in December, after I finished my third liver flush, that I woke up the next day and I was like, oh, I can actually breathe through my nose without having that tickling allergic inflammation response. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on this podcast and just talk about more about the essence on how these cleansers work and what they're doing in the body. So Daniel, first question, and thank you for being on the podcast. First
Thanks for
question
having me. Yeah.
is, so how did you come up with the idea, or how did you even begin to develop these enzymes and the vision behind this?
hmm Well, first I had no idea this was existing. It's just because I was running already a detox center in China, and it was in tourist town where my center was, and some people from that factory just stopped, and then they realized I was Chinese medicine doctor. I was offering different methods that they knew about detox, and they invited me to uh, to try. I make a very long story short because I resisted a long time. I thought I knew everything about detox because I was detoxing for so long, but I got surprised by this, and this is where I started investigating more. What is that powerful stuff like that? And and then I started working with them to develop more products, to really go through all the organs, because this factory is fermenting like 152 plants, fruits, vegetables, mushrooms, herbs, and seaweeds. So so all the way the detox work, because enzyme is food, it's a protein that penetrates the blood and follows the blood. So what would make a product more active in the intestine or the kidneys or the lymphatic system or the liver is the ingredients and the healing compounds they contain. So this is a very, very different way to think the detox process, because what we knew before, if we were detoxing the intestine, okay, we were using bentonite clay and psyllium husk and things like that, and we were stripping off, because psyllium husk is fiber, right? He would say it was about stripping off. And then for the liver, to open the ducts, we were using Epsom salts and thing like that. And so there was no really like a compound to really go nibble in the liver. It was flushing, the method is a good method. I used it a long time, but nothing compared to the enzyme, because the enzyme inject active compounds in the blend. So it's not like just passive passing by or creating a reaction like the liver flushes that we knew before were doing. These one literally, they have compounds that go clean It's like little Pac-Mans who just go and complete the digestion that didn't occur in the first place. Right? Because that's what intoxication is like is the body cannot cope with all the digestion that is asked, like the body that we overeat oftentimes because we access so much food. There's so much. When I talk about digestion, I'm not talking only about food. Also, there's so much toxins injected in our modern life, in the air, in the beauty soap. We clean ourselves with chemicals, with the shampoo and the household product. You touch, you just like you put your arms, or you rest your arm on the table, and it's been cleaned with chemicals. It looks like insignificant, but if you add up a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, we're facing a lot of new toxins nowadays. So that's what I mean by digesting, is like it's really processing, carrying, taking these off the tissues, the body tissues, and carrying them out. So this is what is special, and that's what makes uh, it more efficient as well, much faster. Like if the people explore with different methods, for example, to take the mucoid plaque out, you needed a couple of weeks of serious drinking mud, and now we have it like 12 hours later we start releasing plaque. So it's really a revolution. But the way it works is like when we ingest those enzymes, which are drinks from plants, they penetrate the blood, and the detox is happening following that pathway. It just follows the blood. The enzyme penetrate the bloodstream and then continue through the bloodstream, go through the first filter, which is the liver. And it's a very important filter because first it's the first one on the pathway. So that means like all the toxins we take from the nose and from the mouth penetrate the bloodstream through the intestine and the mucosa in the lungs. And then the first filter that it encounter is the liver. So the liver is kind of the quality control, is the guard at the gate of the bloodstream, of the open bloodstream, that where the blood will go feed the cells. So it prevents the toxins to penetrate the bloodstream. When this one gets filthy or saturated or has some kind of clogging or issue, whatever, it allows in the bloodstream unwanted particles. So you mentioned about allergies. Allergies are actually unwanted undigested protein that penetrate the bloodstream that creates autoimmune response. Okay, so now after when it crosses the liver, then there's another filter, is the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system will take over and will clean what the liver has allowed in, and then later there's the kidneys. Okay, so these are the kind of the three main filters and the two main port of entry of toxins. Okay, so it penetrates here, or also all the skin and all this penetrates this. But in Chinese medicine, the skin is considered is part of the lungs. Okay, it's a breathing organ. So that's another port of entry. But that's the same thing that occurs there. So so when I discovered that, I really, first it took a while to explore with the enzymes, one by one. When I discovered the intestine first, and I explored quite a while with this one, and then I did the liver cleanse, and the same thing happened, because they're quite spectacular. And after that, I say, okay, then we need to pursue deeper in the body, to in order to eventually say I'm cleansing the whole body. Yeah, so that this is how it happened, and it was just a matter of selecting the ingredients. So in our research and development department, I work with Chinese medicine doctor and naturopathic doctor to choose which ingredients we put in, because it's not only about putting a lot, it's not only about that, it's about selecting finally, because every ingredient, every plant have their nature. Some plants you will take and it will make you hot. You take chili, you get hot, and you will take tofu, for example, and it will make you cool. And spirulina is cooling, and there's different nature. So it needs to be selected carefully, so it's for everyone. Okay, so it's you have the ingredient that will be active, but at the same time, in terms of nature and effect on the body, the stability, it needs to be balanced. So this is how we make it, because it's not only about seeing like plaque coming out or the job getting done. If the person just overeats, and it will not be beneficial for the overall health. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes. What I've found after doing each cleanse is I'll go into it and I'll be like really focused and strict. And then kind of coming out of it, I find that I rebound almost the other way. And I'll go back into like old habits and patterns, even though I know they're not good for me. And this is the reason why I did the cleanse, so I could break the cycles that I kept on going back into. But then naturally, I felt myself swinging back, and then I'll go and be like, all right, I'm just going to let go and have fun and be a human being. And then the symptoms and things will start catching up with me again, and I'll start feeling just like heavy and not recovering fast, and just starting to be exactly where I was before. And then I'll go back into another cleansing period and swinging back here again. And people that have watched me over the course of like this journey that I've been on, they're like, Toby, you need to slow down and take things easy instead of going from extreme to extreme. But so I find it very, very difficult to balance, because for me, like I need like a defined moment. And that's what I use these cleanses as. It's like, all right, I'm going to commit to 1 week of the enzymes, the fiber, clearing out the gut, clearing out the liver, lymphatic system, and then trying to use that as like a complete break, just to cut the cord from the cycles, so I can live the life that is, obviously I want to be healthy. I want to feel good, because this is the ultimate drug, like feeling healthy and good and vibrant. But I still find myself just backsliding back in, maybe not as bad as before, but it's like a 2 step forward, 1 step back. Yeah, do you have any tips or advice on how you would?
Well, if you make 2 step forward and one back is good already.
Yeah.
It's like you're moving forward, and there's a few aspects to balance in our life. We have our personality, we have our drive inside, and we learn things gradually along our lives. It's just a matter of finding its balance. It's like you see it like as a swing, because we have to balance the physical and the emotional and the mental. these are three aspects of a human being that we cannot bypass. You have your emotional patterns, and when you go on the cleansing mode, okay, you step back, you retreat, and you're full on into this. You can go even with your old personality into it, and type like you're perfect for that because you can go through hardship. You can explore, you can allow yourself to feel, and you feel it like exciting because it's challenging and you like that. It's part of your personality. So I think this is actually a gift somehow, because a lot of people, as soon as they get out of their comfort zone a little bit, they quit. They cannot, you know. So you, even the old methods, the one we knew before, you could do it. Many people could not do it, that with the enzymes, it's more for everyone,
Yeah.
in the sense that it's easy to take. You don't need to study so much. You just take the kit, and you just take this, and then it's happening. You don't need to. Before, you needed to read, and you'll get what you needed at
Mm.
different shops and different, to figure out what. And then, there was not so much guidance. Now with this, it's easy. You just take it. So this movement of going full on into it, and then stepping back into our life, we must not forget that cleansing is one bit, and the other bit is the biggest, is all our habits.
Mm.
And then, our habits, and how we put definitions on things, what it is to be disciplined, what it is to be healthy, what it is to be strong, what it is to not be lazy. We have all our definition, but along life, these are refining a little bit. It's like we kind of say, okay, it's fun to go out and have wine and party and have meet people and have a good time. But at some point, maybe you get tired of the hangover the next day, and you find another way. So it's a little bit the same thing. With our lifestyle, at some point we say, I'm tired of experiencing that effect. And along the way, you've gathered, some bits at least, that what it is coming from. But there's some cravings and some attraction to this, and you still indulge once in a while in it. But at some point, you just see it and you say, better not.
Mm.
I better not, So this is a journey. This is a journey. We say we can learn from wisdom, or we can learn from pain. But the good news is, like, in both cases we learn. Uh, so 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 I think that that's it. The other part. So by cleansing, though, we also purify our nervous system. We get a calm there, that we can more and more appreciate. And at some point, that becomes the precious thing over whatever it is, the party, whatever it is, the yeah, whatever it is, performance, and then things start to balance, because this is all about balance. Happiness is in the middle, because that's what we seek. Okay, and then on one side you have the young, you have the push, the strong, the performance, and the other part you have the stillness, the quiet, the cool, the so how to balance these two is very, very personal.
Mm.
Mm. As we detox, we get a clear review about this, because we can start detoxing, we say, oh my god, I feel good, but you don't really understand what happened, how come how come this happened, don't it's too much information at the same time.
Mm. No, thank you.
Mm.
And
Mm.
yeah, something else I wanted to talk about that I'm excited. I haven't tried it yet, but the new blood and lymphatic kit number
Mm.
3 and the Inspire lung cleanse. So if you could just
Mm.
talk, because I don't think a lot of people know about those ones yet. I know I've got 5 kits of each and going to do it with some friends starting on Friday. But we're going to do it together and just commit for 28 days to no smoking and clean eating. But yeah, just talk a little
Mm-hmm.
bit about how those actually work, because the gut and liver are quite they're easy to understand, but yeah, just like enlighten us a little bit in those.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, it's the protocols are different because they're longer. The lung cleanse, as I mentioned before, the lungs is the port of entry. So we can do the lung cleanse anytime. You could have done it with, and you can combine it with any other cleanses. But it's a 28-day cleanse and strengthener. It's not only a lung cleansing; it's a lung strengthener as well. So because when the lungs are strong, they will cleanse by themselves. When you sneeze, when you cough, when your nose is leaking, this is all the means the lungs are taking to cleanse themselves. So it's different, and it's a 28-day process that you take. It's very, very easy. You don't need to fast. Of course, if you do it within a retreat while fasting, you increase the power. But someone could just take it uh daily, every day of their lives. Let's say if they live in Beijing, or in the polluted area, Bangkok. You can take this all every day of your life, and you will benefit from it.
Mm.
So yeah, that's this is the port of entry. It's a little bit of the similar process that we do with the intestine, but it's from another track, and it will come from that system as well. The lymphatic system is um, is is different also, because it doesn't take the same drainage pathways as well. It doesn't take the digestive system and the colon to cleanse a part of it, but it will use the sweat. You will use the skin to drain, and the urine. So this is a different system. So the ingredients are different as well. So the ingredients are the ingredients that will go help the lymphatic system. For the ones who don't know what it is, it's kind of a parallel network of vessels that they follow the bloodstream. Yeah, and it's kind of the sewage system of the blood. So everything that is not part of it, that it doesn't belong, or the red blood cell also, the red blood cells are changed. I think every 100 days, all the red blood cells are changed, and they go, and the lymphatic system, and they're digested by the spleen. Okay, so it's a digestive system specialized for the bloodstream. So the same thing. It's a matter of ingredients, and so there's cleansing elements. The mycelia is part of it because you know it, but it's part of this kit, and there are there's two a powder. There's a powder where there's a mix of different fruit. The main is the passion fruit, okay, from all fermented 3 years. And we have one that is a bottle that is, we call it invigorating enzyme. You take this, and within 5 minutes, you're all red as if you just had a sunburn. And it lasts for about a minute. You can feel that there's something happening just under your skin. Yeah. So this is to purify, and there's like with this, all the previous methods that we knew that we were using, like skin brushing, for example, sauna, but are still very valid. They're still very valid because it will help the skin to stay open and allow the particles out. So, so yeah, this is also very, very different. It's a 7 day, this one. So someone who want to maintain can do a lymphatic cleanse once in a while, yeah, during the year. But also, if someone never cleanse and have a lot of symptoms, I'm sure that you, because of your allergy, you will probably see a big change because of that kit. It will cleanse the blood because it's an autoimmune reaction that you're having. So it's like it's the autoimmune react to something that is in the blood. That is for sure. It's not a bad luck. It's something happening there that your body cannot process by itself. So this should help you very much. And you keep me posted on this. It'll be interesting to see. But someone who would be like never cleansed before, don't have necessarily good healthy habits, could really line them up like for a month, and for a month doing it every day, and benefit from it. You do a good yearly job or something like that. Hmm.
Yeah, so interesting. I'm very excited to try the flow one. That caught my eye when I got it. I was like, that's the one. But also the Inspire, because I went to I think homeopathic practitioner a while ago and did a dry blood analysis, and that checks like your constitution and everything. And he said, yeah, your body's got very good constitution, but I can see that your lungs have actually had problems your entire life. And it was interesting because when I was a kid, I used to suffer from asthma. And like every time after sports, I would need to have the asthma inhaler all the time.
Mhm.
And it's only like I had a lot of problems when I was younger, like health problems. That's what got me to this stage where I was just like, man, I'm sick of taking all these medications, having to use the asthma inhaler, having to take antihistamine pills nonstop, acne medication, and just all this stuff. So I don't know, that's why out of all the things I've ever tried, like this is the only thing that's done anything for me. Like I've done so much extreme things, and maybe I'll get like a short-term change, but I can't say for sure. But the only thing I can say for sure is like the liver flush, that was the big game changer. And and the gut ones I always like to do maybe once or twice a year because I feel that just like cleans it out, and it's even in my mind, it's like, all right, you have a clean slate now, and yeah, something to build on, like a good foundation. So yeah, very grateful for you and ZenCleanz making these products that really actually changed my life, and are changing a lot of my friends' lives because we do it together. We have cleanse parties here at the house, and hopefully
Okay.
soon we're gonna run
Awesome.
some retreats. But yeah,
Yeah. You know, like if you felt, that's a very good sign. You said that you felt a change doing the liver. Maybe that's the root cause. Maybe that's where, even since your childhood, maybe there's a contraction. You know, because when you're a baby, either that you were given a lot of dairy products,
Mm,
and then and then it clogged the liver very rapidly, or there was a tension there that means like the liver was not doing his job properly, and was allowing like unwanted particles. So by cleansing your liver you felt like an improvement, maybe that's the reason why. Maybe because already you gave more power to the liver, and it just blocks more unwanted particles, and
mm,
you have less reaction. Yeah,
mm,
because yeah, this is, actually I had the same thing when I was a kid. I had very similar. I had asthma as a baby. No, I didn't. It didn't last afterwards because they realized that I was allergic to milk very early. So I've been shifted to by my parents at the age of 2 on soy milk, and then my asthma disappeared. But after that, I've been taking dairy after that, cereals in the morning, and
mm,
cheese, and name it. I did, and my lungs were fine, but my skin was not. I had major acne issues. Well,
mm.
until I started Chinese medicine, and the first teacher I met look at me and say, "You're allergic to milk," without just looking at me. And I say, "How do you know that?" They say, "Your skin." They say, "What? But now, what do I eat my cereal with?" I didn't know anything. I didn't have anything, and I was having so much, because if I was like having a little craving in the afternoon, I was taking a quart of chocolate milk and drinking it. I knew nothing
Mm,
about health, and this is when I was starting my learning journey. I was late, like mid 20s, my mid 20s. So, so yeah, I'm sure that you're on the right track. It's like uh, and anyway, we cannot miss. It's not a mystery why we have health reaction. And if you look at the seven top leading cause of death, which are which are seven top illnesses before you die,
mm,
they're all lifestyle related.
mm,
So that means like doctors cannot do anything about that for healing. They can control, okay, and prevent you from dying or to going too extreme, but it will never bring you back to health,
mm,
because it's lifestyle related:
mm,
diet, exercise, stress management, and detox, intoxication. It's all, if you look at what it is: cancer, diabetes, lung issue, kidney failure. It's all a clogging. It's
mm,
all the clogging, gradual clogging of the system. That's
mm,
we would explain it in terms of car
mm,
parts. People would understand, for some reason, when we say that the body is also like that, it's kind of
mm,
it sounds weird, because in fact the body has its own cleansing system.
mm,
Every day when you sleep, there's a phase, that the body just go, but this is in
mm,
normal conditions where we don't have, like, if we would not have like the extra chemicals in the food, preservatives in the air, and everywhere. This is in under normal condition. And also the overeating, people don't realize, people are just conditioned to eat 3 meals a day, Why? They don't know. Okay, they don't know because it's like that because there's a break at noon, at work, and you go back home and there's a family waiting, and this kind of condition, it's definitely not necessarily because people are hungry all this time, but because they sit behind a desk.
Mm,
Most of the people, I'm not talking about the construction guy, okay, who just like may need more food
mm,
than a normal person, but people eat like construction guy and sit on a chair all day and go back home and lie down on the sofa and then move from the sofa to lie down in a bed.
mm,
It's like this is in terms of stagnation, and the body cannot use all this. It doesn't process. The body needs to move, needs to pump. The
mm,
joints needs to pump. The lymphatic system doesn't have a pump of its own. It needs to be activated through exercise. And I don't mean that people need to go extreme, but the body is designed to move. And nowadays we eat like high performing athletes, and we sit all day. There's something that doesn't.
Cool. So yeah, just want to ask you one more question, Daniel. Is like,
Mhm.
what is your vision behind ZenCleanz, and like, why did you start it?
Hmm. This is a great question, and this is the most important question, actually. Um, when I experienced the enzyme the first time, uh, I went to their main office and PowerPoints, and at the same time they was drinking those enzymes throughout the day. There was nurses bringing me the drinks, and they left me at the end of the evening with a basket and chopsticks to collect the outcome. When I saw the thing that came out, the mucoid plaque that came out the next morning, I was not impressed by the mucoid plaque itself. I've seen this before. I've been cleansing for 35 years. I've done things that can pull mucoid plaque out before. What I was impressed was the speed and the ease with which this plaque came out. And what came to my mind was the people, because I had for 10 years, a detox center. Yeah, so I was having people on water fasting mainly. That was my number one. I was believing, and I still say water fasting is is over juice fasting, over everything I know was the top. I still say that. Enzyme is kind of water fasting on steroids. It's just faster. But the thing with water fasting in the center, people were finally deciding to come and detox, and they were going through so much hardship. And as I mentioned before, not everyone deals with hardship the same way. A lot of people, as soon as it crosses a line, gets a little bit emotional, a little bit uncomfortable, cannot sleep, a little reflux. It cannot. A lot of people cannot handle that. They prefer die.
Mm,
So many people I've said goodbye, shook hands, and they say thank you, doc. I just knew they would never do that again.
mm,
And I know that this is the majority of the world population that is like that. So when ex I had this experience, what came into my mind was how these could bring a lot of people on the path of self-healing. because the question after these is like, okay, what do I do next? That was not that bad, and you have results that you can see
Yeah.
the next day. Is so encouraging. So this is all those faces were coming, crossing my mind, say, oh yeah, if I had this before, people would just have probably, pursue in cleansing, because it's easy, and they would have get excited about it. And then after that, the liquid enzyme, how much energy it gives, a lot of healing is happening. Just, you're not even cleansing, you just live your normal life, you just add these little enzyme, and then you realize that, oh, this change is happening. So this is what brought me to actually leave everything behind and focus only on that, because I really think that it can democratize the cleansing in the world. It can really make it to every household. Everybody can detox now. This is what I was saying after I started this. I say now everybody can detox.
Mm.
It's not reserved to some special people who can go through the threshold of discomfort.
Mm.
So this is the main thing. And also the other motivation was to I was seeing it, because all my life as a working with Chinese medicine, I faced the division among the healers, like naturopathic and the Chinese medicine and osteopath, all working separately and pulling people, towards them, because not because they're bad people, just because of the system in which we're been put. Been put like healers in the marketplace, which should not be like that. The allopathic system is not like this. It's promoted, marketed by universities and governments and all this. Then the natural healer needs to do everything. They need to study, be the best at what they do, and do their marketing and invest in all this. It's not about blaming why it's like that, but in terms of service and the opinion of the people facing this, is weakened because of that. Like when you go see the doctor, you go see him 15-20 minutes, he checks a few things, and then send you to somebody else. And then you go for the blood test, and then you see like an hour later, poof, he send you to somebody else. Nobody's trying to keep you. They're all sending you everywhere, and at the end you feel like you're taken care of.
Mm.
And among the natural healers, we don't have this feeling, okay, because you can feel that, okay, you have a good natural healer and he's taking care of you and he's very passionate and he's very knowledgeable. But the body is a complex thing. He's got a body, mind, and spirit. He's a tri-essence being. We're not expert in everything. It needs like a consortium of healers that you can consult and go get the information, the education, and the care that you need. So me, when I saw that and it rose like an inspiration, I thought, and that's why the first kit is called One. Because I saw it like a uniting product for all the healers. If you're a mountain guide, you're a gym guy, you're a naturopath, you're name it. Everybody who's promoting natural health cannot be against detoxing and cannot be against old food, right? So this is what we do. We are detoxing with old food that are fermented. So it doesn't exist. So we're not competing with anybody else. So I really saw it like a unifier
Mm,
that we could unify with these products. We can just come together, and now we start seeing it happening
mm,
in the groups and in the people who just come. We have MDs, we have naturopaths, we have TCM doctors, we have fitness people, we have all kinds of people, and regular humans just who do other things, but can become an advocate, a health advocate in their community,
mm.
because it's safe, it's food.
Yeah.
It just helps people to heal, so everybody can come together and spread health in around them, and even if you're a professional and you look for the best, I think these are the best, really. Honestly, I'm not a peddler. I'm a doctor. I just quit everything because they were so good.
Mm,
Honestly, I would not have done it for less than that.
mm,
I had a very good life before doing this. So it was these are the two main: democratizing detox for everyone. So,
mm,
my mom did it. My sisters, is friends, neighbors. A lot of people do it. We organize retreats with people who are so far from natural health now. And we organize detox parties and things like that. And people say, "Wow." You know, yeah,
mm,
they feel good. It's like, it's not because you don't know anything about health or natural health, but you don't have the feeling afterwards of feeling lighter, or you seeing your skin brighter or whatever. So it really unites. It democratizes the detox,
mm,
and it unites the people in one voice. And this is what I think we need the most nowadays.
mm,
I really think that we need to unite
mm,
more and more and more. So these are my two main motivation when I first started, and it's still like this. This is
mm,
really the brand is all about that, and I
mm,
think we feel it more and more. And I would say I could add a third part,
mm,
because there's so much about the environment nowadays, and the respect of nature, the respect of animals, and all this. Um, it starts from we can be an activist for against chemical companies, about whoever pollutes. But if we buy this kind of shampoo,
mm,
you're contradicting yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to be extreme now, because it's like life is life, and we can have. But I mean, to be conscious. If you're conscious and you don't want to hurt yourself,
mm,
you will not eat chemical.
mm,
And if you don't eat chemicals, you're not sponsoring the chemical company who are providing for the food industry. So that's what we call the inside out
mm,
effect of cleansing. You start with yourself, you take care of yourself, and you're not sponsoring anything that goes against health.
mm,
And so, okay, it's kind of a simplistic vision, but it works.
mm,
If nobody buys it, they will change.
mm.
It's like, we cannot say, okay, change. Now they change the labels. That's what they do. They're as toxic as before, and they just put natural on the cover, and people say, "Oh, fine, I buy it, it's natural. It's written,
Yeah.
it's natural." You
Mm,
don't look in the back of the pack. There's no change. It's ketchup Heinz as their organic.
mm,
You know, come on. You know, so it's this is what I mean is this is the third element. I really think that by taking ourselves as part of nature, which we are, and starting to take care of this, you know, you cannot tell the people take care of the whole planet and the industrial farming when you put chemicals in your own garden. Yeah,
mm.
you know. So That's the three main thing.
Well, yeah, thank you, Daniel. And yeah,
Hmm.
this is literally the one product that I've been continuously talking about since I started it. Everything else is
Hmm.
like kind of phases and a bit of hype. But I was like, I thought at the start this could be hype, but then once I started doing the cleanses and seeing the results, it's like I find myself just naturally in every conversation, whether it's just talking to anyone, I'm like, oh, you should try the gut cleanse. Oh, you should try the liver cleanse. And even like I one day hope to do it with my mum and dad because like they're getting older now and before like even just asking him, hey, do you want to do like a 24-hour fast? It was like, oh, I could never go without eating. But then dad got his gallbladder removed last year. This was before like I knew about liver flushes. And then mum now is like she can't like really run or go to the gym because like her shoulders have like inflammation and bursitis. The knees have all these problems. And like what's going through my head is I feel like when you're young, you can just get away with doing whatever because your body is able to detoxify and let go just as fast as things are putting in. But then eventually, like the house gets full, the temple gets clogged up and full, and then it's not able to
Hmm.
process anymore. And then it becomes just like it's blocked and it's like stacking on, stacking on, stacking on, and it becomes chronic. And then if you ignore those symptoms, then the symptoms get worse, worse, worse until it's
Yeah.
just cancer, inflammation, getting the gallbladder removed. And yeah, I feel like this is the answer to actually just start from within and just clear those pathways so the body can actually do what it's meant to do.
Exactly. And the organs, if they're maintained, because there's detox is one part, and then you nourish the cells. So the cells are cells all their existence. This is the nature. So if a liver, if you maintain it and you strengthen it, it will do the liver job, and it will do a good liver job. The natural, illnesses doesn't exist in nature almost.
Mm,
The animals, they born, they run, they do all their things, and they die.
mm,
Okay. Humans, we just born, we just get dirtier and dirtier and clog and sick for 20 years, 30 years, even more, and we die.
mm,
Yeah. And our pets as well.
mm,
Because you say, yeah, oh, yeah, well, my neighbor's dog is sick now. Yeah, because he's fed by your neighbor, you
mm,
know, because otherwise, we are part of an ecosystem. We are the sprouts of the planet. If we feed on the planet, the cleanest thing, uh, and in your surrounding, you just eat locally and you just check what the planet is providing, it will be this is the best nutrition. You have everything. We're part of this ecosystem, and you have this instinct, of picking. You're not like, if you can get to the point where you're not choosing emotionally your food and try to feed to
mm.
fill an emptiness
Wow.
inside, you know then you get, exactly what you want. When I walk my dog, he eats grass sometimes, and some other time you show him something, like that, that he's hungry, but you show him some junk, he will not take it.
Mm,
And no, he keeps looking for what he wants. He knows what he wants, you know.
mm,
So so that's in the ideal world. This
mm,
is where, because health is has become an industry, and we never get out of healing. It's like we're only right now, we need it, but we need to get over it. Okay, we need to get over it. We're not here to heal our body, you know we need to get over it. It's like we are here to explore. We are here to explore the mind, and the healing the body is the easiest thing.
mm.
We just make it so complicated. Even in the natural world, natural industry, the marketing just confuse people.
Mm.
So much new things, and this is the thing. And if you don't have it, they scare you. If you don't take this thing, it's like you're gonna have problems. It's like all this marketing thing of fear.
Mm.
And these supplement industry is actually the pharmaceutical of the naturopath, is the nutraceutical. It's something someone can diagnose and say, you need this, take
Mm.
this. Okay, this is good for you for a period of time until you recover balance. Otherwise, it's your lifestyle.
Mm.
The first line of doctors should just realign people in their four pillars: detox, eat, exercise, and manage your stress. Meditate, quiet yourself, rest. Okay, these are the four pillars. These are the things that needs to be aligned. And this will vary according to who you are, your personality, the country you live in, the climate,
Mm.
so many things. Okay. So the first thing the doctor should do, like everybody should have one, and this should be in school. Imagine if you learn principles from the age of 5 and 6
Mm.
to the age of 16, 17 when you come out, how knowledgeable you
Mm.
are
Yeah.
in terms of this. You just, yeah, natural, easy, bring me this and this, okay? Then if you get out of balance, shit happens, then the doctor is there.
Mm.
The acupuncturist, the TCM, the herbalist, the naturopath, the osteopath, all these, they are there, for a short period of time. Should
Mm.
not be all the time.
Mm.
Yeah, and you have the what we use as the main nowadays is actually what we call the lower medicine, is the chemical medicine and the surgery,
Mm.
and this is to save lives. To save lives. Okay, you have something, you have a heart attack, or you have something emergency, baf, it's like this is short time, we get out of here as soon as possible. But right now is the opposite. We keep people into this trap all their lives.
Mm.
My mom had high blood pressure since the age of 37. I was young. Since the age of 37, she had high blood pressure, and she took medication religiously until 3 months ago. Until 3 months ago, she just broke in sweat, and she just sat in her kitchen to avoid hurting herself. And she called the nurse. She
Mm.
came, and she had low blood pressure. So she called her doctor, a physician, and the physician says, stop taking your high blood pressure pill now. If your low blood pressure is no good, and we're going to take an appointment to check this out.
Mm.
The appointments, was like scheduled very, very, very far. And my mom doesn't take high blood pressure pills anymore. She's been on enzyme for 2.5 years every
Mm.
day. She does do that religiously. She didn't change her lifestyle. She didn't change anything,
Mm.
and she doesn't need any high blood pressure pill. She doesn't understand why. I do.
Mm. Right.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying that this is a miraculous thing, but it's just the common sense. It's just she's been taking the mycelia, which is a blood cleanser and blood vessel cleanser and anti-inflammatory. It's made of
Mm.
15 types of mushroom. I'm not like talking shit. I'm just telling you, just Google mushroom polysaccharides.
Mm.
You will see. And this is what it is. It's just from nature. Farmers bring us the mushroom, we ferment them for 3 years, we put them in the bottle, and we give it to you. And this is all the only thing that she's been taking, you know. So there's every day there's some work happening in her blood vessel. You know, there's so many things people talk about. I hear so many things in my job, you know, like people talk about tofu, you know, like tofu, how bad is the tofu and the estrogen? People don't know what they're talking about. You know, the whole Asia has based their diet on tofu, you know, is like there's a reason for that.
Mm.
You know, there's a reason for that. There's compounds in tofu, of course, because they say GMO. Yeah, we don't talk about the GMO carrot. We don't talk about the GMO tomato. Why you talk about the GMO tofu? You know, the soya bean, right?
Mm.
This is again, this is a marketing. This is the thing. The meat industries got scared of tofu one day, and they just put it down. You know, like in Asia, you rarely see a woman with who has the typical Chinese Asian diet or Japanese, you know, diet, who have menopause syndrome, for
Mm.
example. I never met one. I never met one like me. It's all the time. I
Mm.
hear that all the time in the my Western friends reach that level now of age and they get into menopause.
Mm.
You know, like there's something in the diet, there's something in the lifestyle that promotes these health issues. So that's why I say we need to get out of this as soon as possible. It's very simple. It's very simple to be healthy. Yeah. It's the simplest thing. And now it's just like so much time and money spent on healing, and it's a never ending story. I know it's necessary. I personally, because I started in my mid 20 on that path, you know, it takes 10, 15 years to learn all this. That's why I say if they were learning at school, you know, you would be a master,
Wow.
when you enter university
Mm.
already, you know, when
Mm.
you lounge free, get married, make kids, be healthy, happy, and all this, you know, which is yeah, but you didn't teach me how to do that, you know. It's like the only thing I know is to press the buttons on my computer, you know. It's like, and you want me to be happy and healthy and have a good relationship with my wife or my husband? It's like you didn't teach me that, you know.
Yeah.
So but it takes time to balance this body, mind, spirit, beautiful engineering body, you know. So, so yeah. So now we're taking from now, we say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best is today. So we start today, and in 20 years, we'll be very happy
Mm.
for the move we've made. You know, I never regretted it personally. Um, just fantastic. And aging is not a hell of a thing. It's such a sweet, such a sweet feeling when you do it right. When you do it right, it's like you grow in peace, inner peace. You know yourself more. You just get in less trouble. You just, you know, and yeah, there's more. It's a sweet, sweet
Mm.
time, you know, and this is how it should be normal.
Mm.
You know, when people say, you know, like, how come, you know, you're 60, over 60, and you're healthy, and I'm just 30, I'm not, you know. I say, because you have 30 more years to go. You know, you have 30 more years to learn how to know yourself. And but nowadays it's like all the value is put on youth, and not so much on because it's put on performance. So we need to, I think, in our healing we will understand that we just need time We just need time with the good intention of having of being happy, high vibrating, increasing our vibration. There's no age that prevents us or blocks us from increasing our vibration. But most people walk into the opposite direction. They all their lifestyle, it goes into lower vibration. That's why coffee shops work so much. Alcohol is such a good thing. Black market of cocaine and all stimulants and everything, even in the natural thing,
Mm,
cacao, maca, and all this is all about boosting
mm,
the body. So these are getting very, very strong because, oh, I just take maca, I resolve my issue of being fatigued and deeply tired, and but it doesn't. It's just like
mm,
go shopping with a credit card with an empty bank account. It doesn't fix the thing.
mm.
So it requires like learning, and this is what we're we're this is our business beyond enzyme, is to teach all these kind of things.
Well,
Mm.
thanks, Dan. Yeah, I could talk about this all day. There
I
definitely.
know,
I
I
hope I get to
know.
meet you one day. When you go to Bali, I'll come fly over.
Yeah, this is not far. They will not be far, and actually, it will have such a beautiful project that is developing there. It's about content creation and
Mm,
community, just doing things with the intention of sharing with the world. This
mm,
is what it is about. It's not about opening a business that people will come and pay the bill and when they leave. No, it's about creating content and sharing it to the world. So it's gonna be a learning hub, a very great environment. I'm looking forward so much.
awesome. Well, yeah, thank you so much again for your time, brother.
Good to have you around also in my life, Toby. Thank you so much also. Thank you.